Hi everyone, I'm Xander and welcome to my channel. I'm a poet and a songsmith, and my channel is about my creative process, the inspiration behind a piece, what it sounds like, and then about the piece in more depth. The piece that I'll be talking about today is a piece called Beyond This Dusky Gloom. It's a short piece. It's one of my dedication pieces, and it also is a spell song. To a certain degree. A blessing spell song, so nothing in the other direction. This one is a blessing spell song. It's a dedication. Before I get into it, though, I would like to pay my respects to the Wadawurrung people on whose lands I'm broadcasting today, to their elders, past, present, and emerging, and any other elder who might be watching this or around this point in time. This is, was, and always will be Aboriginal land. Sovereignty was never ceded. This is stolen land, and it's important to acknowledge that, especially for those of us who are living and existing on this land. My cat keeps distracting me today, so apologies. Beyond This Dusky Gloom is a dedication piece. I wrote it for a beloved. They were having a really hard time. And when I wrote the piece, I wanted to remind them of how powerful they were, that they had within them what they needed and could embrace that, and it would lift them up out of where they were. And so they could basically shine. The piece is really short, and it came all in one go. Like a lot of my pieces tend to come. A lot of them are all in one go. This, and it came from what I wanted to gift my friend. It was sort of like feeling into myself, what is it that, they're hurting, so I'm hurting because they're my friend, and what can I do to help them? And that intention, that desire came out as song. And so I wrote it down and recorded it and sent it to them. I mean, I do have it on my blog, but essentially for me, when something like this happens, the most important thing is the person I wrote it for gets the piece. Hopefully when they listen to the piece, they get the message on some level, whether it be conscious or unconscious, and therefore are able to incorporate that. That's basically what it's for. It was written in 2017, so a little while ago. So I'll do the piece now, and then we can get into it in a little more detail, because I think it does need a tiny bit of unpacking. So it goes like this. When his light shines down to greet you, and his darkness holds you tight, may your demon rise up and your twin hearts ignite. As your flaming souls are merging, may your thorny rose bud and bloom, and your magic live forever beyond this dusky gloom. If I were doing that in around, quite often with a short piece, I might do it like 3 times, especially if it's a spell song. In which case, the middle time that I sung it, I might end by singing the last line like this. And your magic live forever beyond this dusky gloom, because it's like a linking sound. But that's generally speaking if I'm doing it as a multi as a circular piece where it's going to be done 3 times. The middle piece might be done something like that. It also helps to break it up a little bit when you're singing it so that it sounds like it's supposed to be sung as one piece kind of thing. So let's break it down. In past sessions of this, I was trying not to be very specific about my personal spirituality and the various contexts within a lot of the work that I do occurs. And I was thinking it wasn't really important, because what was important was the creation process, the creativity concerned, and anything about the performance. And of course, you can't really separate them, because a lot of them come as part of how I'm going to use the words perform my magic for now, but basically my singing, my songs are also how I do my work. And I am a wildwood witch. I'm also a reclaiming witch, and they're the 2 witch houses that I'm part of. I also have an eclectic practice that came before that and is aligned with both of those. A lot of the pieces that I wrote, therefore, are aligned with either wildwood or reclaiming. Some of them came out of witch camps, for example, and some kind of emerged with multiple places. The communities that I'm part of are also generally aligned with one or more of those particular spaces. Majority of the people that I know in person that I write dedication songs for, come from either wildwood or reclaiming. Not all, there are some exceptions, but the majority of them do. And in this particular song, I am talking about very specific beings, primarily one that we might call a variety of different names: our fetch mates, our soul song, our twin, our gosh, there are so many different names. Our inner daemon, that particular soul that is so much older than the skin that we wear, that is aligned with our soul, that merges with us, especially those of us who are magically inclined. But other spiritualities have something similar. And it is this merging, it is this interaction that helps us to do things like reflect, face our shadow selves, that help us to be able to effectively work in this world in a way that is transformative, either for ourselves or for the world around us, that helps us to understand we are part of a greater whole and we are not outside of that greater whole. So when I'm talking about when his light shines down to greet you and his darkness holds you tight, I'm talking about when you have this particular spirituality, there are multiple aspects of it, some of which is light, some of which is darkness, but they're both holding you. So when you're in the dark, you also have an aspect of light that is there. And when you're in the light, there's also that aspect of darkness. And may your demon rise up, that inner soul, that inner part that is eternal, that inner part that is wed to something else that is eternal. And your twin hearts ignite, because when you're with this particular entity and you're entwined, they're working with you. They're not working against you. It's twin hearts igniting because you are both one in multiple contexts. So as your flaming souls are merging, because basically there is this igniting, your twins have ignited, therefore you're sort of got this a beautiful flame effect happening where your energy is brightening. And your thorny rosebud and bloom, the thorny rose especially, in multiple contexts, the thorny rose is quite an important symbol. It's a symbol of she, and this is where she comes into it, as well as he. It's an important part of where she comes into things, and it's an important part of that blossoming of life with its thorns. Thorny rose has perfume. Thorny rose has this enormously beautiful flower, but it's also thorny, so it can prick you, it can make you bleed. And sometimes you need that combination of beauty, of elegance, and it's something that is going to make you feel, that is going to make you get out that particular aspect that no longer serves, to let go of that thing that needs to be let go of, in a way that's going to hold you. And your magic live forever beyond this dusky gloom. Recognize that you are eternal. There is this particular saying that we are divine. We are divine. We are divine creatures that happen to be housed in flesh and blood bodies over time. So the magic is this embracing of the eternal all, and it's surviving beyond the dusky gloom. Is despite all of this stuff that is dragging you down right now, you're eternal. You have this beautiful bright soul, and you have this thorny rose within you that is not only spreading its perfume, it's not only spreading its beauty, it's not only spreading its elegance, but it's helping you to shed what needs to be shed. So it is a spell song, but it's a blessing spell song. It's why the words may are repeated in there. When you do, may this happen, because it's a blessing song. And a blessing song, the way that I write them, need to be accepted and taken up by the individual that I'm gifting it to. So may this happen. And on some level, if you want it to happen, then you can take it in. And if you're like, no, thank you, then your whatever you have can close the door on that until you're ready to embrace it. Should you be ready to embrace it? You may never be ready to embrace it. But generally speaking, with a dedication song that is also a blessing song, I will use the word may. If I'm doing something and I want it to happen, and it is something that comes from a different emotion, I won't use the word may, because it's a different kind of thing that I'll be doing. It won't be a blessing song. It will be some other kind of song. I almost did one of those today, but I thought that it would be better to do something shorter. So when I sing Beyond This Dusky Gloom, as I said, sometimes I do sing it as a 3-verse thing, just repeat it 3 times and do the last line the second way that I did the last line, as a linking thing, because quite often when it comes to magical songs, when it comes to spell songs, numbers are important. It has 8 lines, but I like to sing them 3 times. And so you have these particular numbers that start to play out. You have, if you really want to get into it, the number of syllables in a line, the number of syllables in the song. And some words that may sound like they have 1 syllable actually have more than one. And some words that seem like they have multiple syllables, sometimes you squash them down so they sound like they're reduced in their syllables. And things like that are also important if you really want to get down to the nuts and bolts of it. And it's also about the, when you sing it, what you're holding in your head. Because it's not just about the words when you're doing something like this, which is a spell song, a blessing song. You have to hold in your heart the blessing, the warmth or the spark that you're trying to help this other person to see. You need to hold that in your heart so that when it comes out of your mouth, the words are laced with it. Because basically you're putting your intent into the song. And if your intent isn't there, if it's empty or if it's false, the song isn't going to work as a spell, as a blessing song. So you need to feel it intensely. And with a lot of my songs and poems, feeling and the way that you are when you sing it or perform something is really vitally important. My songs are my magic. They are my magic. That's how I interact with my spirit beings. It's how I interact with other people on a spiritual level. Especially since I'm quite often at a distance from people and can't do things face to face. My voice can carry. It can be placed on the winds. And if a wind is going in a particular direction, the wind can carry it. Things along those sorts of lines. It's not necessarily that, I mean, people often say that words have power, and they do. But it's not just words that have power. And when you have certain emotions, that's energy. And if you have something that is like a blessing energy, it'll be a particular color. If you're having something that is a darker energy, it'll be a different color. Sometimes it might be a subtle difference, but there will be a difference. And there are a number of different colors if you want to look through and examine the song, but a lot of them are various shades of reds. Because reds are heart or blood, are this reddening, are this bringing through into the here and now something. But it's also in there like that bright, intense, almost white, sometimes blue tinged white, sometimes yellow tinged white, sometimes silver tinged white, but almost white and almost black kind of stuff that joins together. They are also there, but there is a lot of red of various different shades that are throughout this song, because the reddening of something, the making manifest of something, the ensuring that it is here and there, that ensuring that it is aligned with blood, that it is aligned with life force, because that's essentially what blood is, things like that. So anyway, that's beyond this dusky gloom. I mean, I could talk about things a lot more, but let's leave that for another day. I hope you enjoyed, and bye.